Hey guys, welcome back for another video. So today we're going to be doing a little bit more maintenance on the four-wheeler. Since I run an open air box, my air filter definitely gets more dirty than a typical air filter would. And right now I'm just running a stock foam one. I don't have a K&N. And that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be going over how to clean a foam air filter. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is just kind of inspect it and see how dirty and how worn the filter is. And mine is pretty new, so I don't think I'm going to get a new filter. I'm just going to go ahead and remove it and show you guys how to clean it. So they do make products to obviously clean air filters from the manufacturers, but honestly I just use Dawn. I've always used Dawn and it works pretty well. So I got a bucket of about 2 gallons of water here and I'm going to squirt a couple drops in. Whew. I forgot to take the plastic insert out, so I'm going to go ahead and do that quick. Just like that. And you do want to fully submerge your air filter to clean it properly. So we're just going to go ahead and put it in the Dawn detergent water. And you're going to want to let that soak for a few minutes just to let that Dawn soak into the filter and react with the oil. So let's let that soak for a few minutes and come back. So one thing we can do while we wait is we can clean our air box out. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use a paper towel and I'm going to squirt some WD-40 on it just as a cleaner. And my air box is probably a lot dirtier than yours because I run with my lid off, so pros and cons, I guess. Alright, so now that we finished that up, let's check back on our air filter and finish that up. Alright guys, so now that the air filter's been soaking for about 10-15 minutes, let's go ahead and try to clean it. What you want to do is just wring it out after it's been soaking and you'll see a bunch of nasty oil. The water will start to turn green or whatever color, and you can see the oil floats at the top of the filter here. Super dirty. Let's see if we can get some. Yeah, there you go. There's that oil. So what you're going to want to do is just treat it like a washcloth. You're just going to squeeze it, wring it out over and over again, just not too rough, just massage it and try to get all that dirty oil out of it. And you'll see the water just starts to turn a nasty color. This water's pretty nasty. And as you wring it out, you'll be able to see the oil just fall right out of it. Yep, there's the oil right on top. You can see some on my hand there. The Dawn really does a good job of extracting all the oil out of the filter, and it cleans it really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep wringing this filter out. I'll probably do this 20 to 30 times, and then I'm probably going to change the water and just get clean, good, fresh water again, and then rinse it again. Just to be sure and get all that dirt and dust that's really deep and embedded in the filter. The really fine stuff is the stuff that is pretty hard to get out and is the most damaging to your engine, because stuff gets into a lot of tight places and not good for it. Alright guys, so it's looking a lot cleaner. I've wrung it out probably 20 to 30 times, so I'm going to go ahead, switch the water out, and then start the process over again. Alright guys, so I just got a new bucket of water. We're going to go ahead and repeat the process and just finish cleaning all that deep dirt out, get all the oil off the filter. So again, just the same process as before, just kind of treat it like a washcloth. Just don't be too harsh as to rip the foam piece off, the foam piece, or separate the seam there. Alright guys, so our filter is feeling pretty clean. Once your filter feels like it's clean and all the oil's off of it, now's a good time to dry it. You're obviously going to want to dry it and make sure all that moisture's out of there before you definitely put it back on your bike, or even before oiling. It's just a good idea to make sure it's fully dry before you put any oil on it, or for sure before you put it back on your bike. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I found an old towel I had laying around the house, and I'm just going to go ahead and dry this filter off. Again, don't be too rough to it. Just kind of knead it like you would a washcloth, and make sure you just get all the moisture out of it as best you can. So now that we've dried the outside of the filter, if you feel on the inside it might still be a little damp, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is just grab a few paper towels, roll them up kind of like this, and shove them inside like that, and then dry it again just like that. And that'll get all that extra moisture on the inside out. So once your air filter is good and dry, the next step is to oil it. And there's all sorts of different type of air filter oils that you can buy, K&N and the generic brands. I just go for the middle of the road foam air filter oil. That's what I got, so that's what I bought. I've had pretty good luck with this stuff. Whenever I clean my filter, it's dirty, so I mean that's always a good sign. It means it's catching the dirt. So let's go ahead and oil the filter. So what I'm going to do is just spray a few lines, and then I'm going to use a paper towel in my hands to massage the oil into the filter and all over it. So let's get started. That should be good enough, and then I'm going to use a paper towel, and I'm just going to kind of massage that oil into the filter. I'm not going to wring the filter out, I'm just going to massage it in there. And it will get on the paper towel, but we'll just add more. And honestly, this is kind of a dirty part because your hands work better than a paper towel, to be honest. And it's not a bad idea to be pretty generous with the air filter oil. I mean, you can always soak it up with a paper towel if there's too much. And don't forget the end, obviously. So let's go ahead and massage the oil in. Just use your fingers. I mean, I told you to use a paper towel earlier, but if you don't mind, your hand works a heck of a lot better. It just smooths it around a lot easier. Works it into the filter a lot better. So one tip I have for you guys, just to know if your filter is properly oiled, is to just spin it, and if it glimmers a little bit in the light, you probably have enough oil on there, so it's good to go. So now that our filter is properly oiled, let's go install it. So when you're reinstalling, don't forget that plastic insert if you had one when you took your air filter out. Let's go ahead and put that back in. So one thing to note is when you're reinstalling your filter, just make sure that your filter boots all the way up against your plastic shroud here, just so it forms a nice seal. Alright guys, and just like that, we're done. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.